Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego. It is September the 28th, 2023. September has almost gone. September has almost disappeared into oblivion, into the history books of waiting for your K1 visa to get adjudicated. And I hope everybody is doing well. It's a surprise live stream. I wanted to get started, and it's a couple of minutes to 5 p.m. Central Time. Now, I normally do the live stream, usually do the live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Time, but occasionally I'll do a surprise. And LSV TV, Liberian Stars View, says, Hi, Diego. What's going on? Michelle says, Hey, Diego. Hello, Stars View. Hi, Michelle. We hope you are doing good. Now, people are sending me messages. The U.S. Embassy in Morocco, Casablanca, they got a rogue immigration officer. He's denying K1 visas. Now that's not good. Okay, that's not good. There's an issue somewhere. Now I don't know he could be right. The immigration officer could be right in denying all these visas but it seems like Casablanca has a problem that requires investigation. Janiela James, hi Diego. I'm glad you came on. Hope all is well with you and Karina. I have a few questions. Come on, Janiela. That's why I'm here to answer your questions. And Cecilia Hema, hi Diego. What's going on? Okay, Janiela, what do you got? BBF, hello Diego. Congrats. Yeah, we got our case number. Then I sent another inquiry asking for the invoice number. And then the next thing I know, I got an FTP1 email to my Gmail account that says our visa is on the way or is in Bogota, Colombia, which is good news. So now what we got to do is wait for the ready status. I got the invoice number and I got the case number. And then the National Visa Center sent me an email saying, don't contact me anymore. Don't write to me anymore. Your visa is in the hands of the U.S. Embassy in Colombia. Now, Karina is originally from Venezuela. She's from Venezuela, but she's a legal resident with a green card, I guess you'd call it, a cedula. She has a 10-year residency card to live in Colombia. Well, she's not going to need that much longer because she's going to be with me here in Florida. Let's see. Cecilia Gomez. Okay, I got the NOA 1 December 30th, 2022. When will I get NOA 2? I would say November of this year. Cecilia, November. I would say the end of November or the first week of December of 2023, you will get your NOA 2 letter. And then by early next year, you're going to be everybody will be reunited. You'll have your visa interview and everything will be done probably by the spring of 2024. Okay, so that means your beneficiary is going to need to get his or her tax returns completed, ready for the adjustment of status paperwork for 2024. Okay, so if your visa interview is April 15th or past 2024, you got to get that tax return for 2023 included in the adjustment of status paperwork. And then LSV TV, I got an email from the MVC. They told me that the workload is too much in Liberia and that they received our welcome letter 3 months ago and that they'll let us know when they send it to Monrovia. So your visa is at the embassy in Monrovia. Monrovia is in Liberia. I'm assuming that, right? So the MVC said that. Now, I don't believe half the stuff the MVC tell me. The MVC told me that the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia was closed because of COVID. Okay, well, we got an apartment 20 minutes from the embassy in Colombia, and Karina jumped on the bus and went and looked around. The embassy's wide open, processing visas. Then she called the embassy and spoke to the immigration officer there. They said, we're processing visas. So then I sent an email to the embassy in Bogota, and I copied my friend Senator Rubio. I copied him in the email so he can see what I'm doing. And I said, hey, U.S. Embassy Bogota, are you closed because of COVID? And they emailed me back and said, no, we're not closed. Who told you that? So then I sent an inquiry to the National Visa Center and said, hey, you just told me the embassy's closed in Bogota, and my friend, Senator Rubio, and myself know better that it's not closed. And then the next day I got an email from the NVC saying they shipped our visa to the embassy. So I guess they didn't like the fact that I was sticking my nose into their business and finding out what was really going on. Now our visa's in Colombia. Let's see, LSV TV. I got an email from the NVC. Yeah, they said they're busy in Liberia. Okay. Well, here's what I would do. I would email the embassy in Liberia and ask them and get a response back. Antonio, how important is it for my Filipino fiance to know my address here in the States for the interview? Well, it's very important, because if she goes to the grocery store, if she goes to Walmart to pick up some groceries and she doesn't know where you live, she's going to get lost. How's she going to get back home? She better know her address in the United States. Okay? She wants to go for a walk. She goes for a walk around the neighborhood, but she doesn't know her address. If she gets lost, what's she going to do? She could knock on someone's door and say, "Hi, I'm lost. I don't know where I live." Well, what's your address? I don't know. Come on. Make sure that she memorizes your address in the USA. How important is it? Very important. Janiela, James, Diego, my fiance arrived in the USA this Tuesday. Today I applied for the marriage license. How soon can I apply for a social security number? Should I wait after we get married? I can apply now. No, you got to wait till you're married. So you apply for the marriage license. It takes about 3 days. Get married. Then once you guys have a marriage certificate in your hand that says you are married to each other, take the marriage certificate, take your passport, your beneficiary's passport, K1 visa, and I-94. You got to get the I-94 form, print it from the Border Patrol website, take the I-94, take the passport, copy of the K1 visa, and the marriage certificate, and you, Janiela, with your U.S. passport, so they can match the names to the marriage certificate, go to the Social Security Administration office and apply for the Social Security number. Okay? Let's see, LSV. Monrovia is the capital city of Liberia. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, what I would do is have your beneficiary go to the embassy in Liberia, in Monrovia, and ask, how busy are you guys? Follow up, okay? If NVC says they're busy, they could be busy, but double check. Find out what's going on in Monrovia, okay? Now, I mean, I don't know how far away your beneficiary lives from Monrovia. It may not be that easy. And you said you already did that. What did they say? Angels, talking Janiela, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Janiela. Excellent. BBF. Hello, Diego. My K1 was approved on August 29th, 2023. I received my case number the 26th of September. They also said they shipped it to the Dominican Republic. Okay, that's good. So you're basically waiting for the ready status from the embassy in the Dominican Republic. All right, that's where you are in the process right now. Okay, you got it? Same as me. I'm just waiting for the ready status from the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. And Karina, I don't know what she's doing right now. I think she's doing something, cleaning the apartment, she's sorting her clothes out, because she doesn't have much time left in Colombia. Pretty soon she's going to be on an airplane to Miami with me. Okay? And today, I figured I'm doing the budget. I'm figuring out, okay, how much does the visa fee cost? How much are the plane tickets from Bogota to Miami? How much is the rental car going to cost me? Actually, I'm going to rent an SUV from Miami to here, close to Pensacola. How much is it going to cost in hotels? Okay. How much is the biometrics going to cost? I'm doing the budgeting, and I recommend that you guys, when you get your NOA2 letter or your MVC case ready status, you figure out your budget, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor. Figure out your budget and how much, and get planning for your expenses, because you got some bills to pay coming in very soon. Let's see. Vlog is hi Diego, watching again from Bohol, Philippines. We love everybody in the Philippines. We love you guys. Okay, make some lumpia for me. I mean, I love that stuff. Angel Tate to Janiela, did he fly to JFK? How was the process at the airport? That's a good question. An LSV TV, you've already double checked everything. Okay, so the NVC is telling you the truth. So you just got to wait. Okay, but if you keep being, what did the NVC tell you? Don't contact them. Contact the embassy. Has the NVC washed their hands of your case? Is it in the hands of the embassy? Jeniella James. Oh, wait a second. Angel Tate, it's almost October. I'm hoping to get NOA2 soon. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right on the doorstep. You're right at the finish line for your NOA2, Angel. You're right there. You're almost there. Jeniella James, in my home state, Diego, when we apply for marriage license, we get an appointment date. Then we go back. Then we go get like 3 days after that. And then we get married on the date we set. Okay. Once you get married, they'll make sure you get the original marriage certificate. Make like 20 copies of it, because you're going to need a copy of that for the adjustment of status for the green card. You're going to need a copy of it to give to the Social Security Administration if you want to do it that. If you want to get the Social Security number the route I just said, do what I just said. Okay. Poonset Kahur, we didn't receive any email from the embassy in Mumbai with further instructions, and it's been a month. We got already status on SIAC on September 4th. How long is the processing time? Well, you're probably just a few weeks out. You're not much longer, okay? Another month probably is what you have to wait. But I would send an email to the consulate in Mumbai and check in with them every couple of weeks, so that way your visa maintains activity. Abdul Wahab Kanu, hi Diego, I got my NOA2 in August. It's been a month without any case number. Well, it takes at least 3 months to get a case number. After 90 days, okay, Abdul, if you haven't heard from the National Visa Center, send them an inquiry and ask them, where's my case number and invoice number? That will then, that communication will then maintain your visa being active. So you don't have to worry about your NOA2 letter expiring. As long as you send in NVC inquiries, you're good. But you got to do it after 90 days. Greg Lamping. Hi, Diego. Congratulations on getting your FTP email. Well, thanks, Greg. We got the same email on the same day for Bogota. Very good. We have an invoice number, but I'm not sure how to pay. You have to pay in the bank in Bogota, okay? There's a bank that you pay the visa fee. So what I would do is I would send your beneficiary some money, to go pay the visa fees, $264, I think it is. Send her like $500. And there's a bank that you have to go to. I'm trying to remember the name of the bank. But what I would do is email the embassy in Bogota, send them an email. Dear U.S. Embassy officer, consular officer, the MVC has told me they shipped our visa to the embassy in Bogota. This is the case number. This is the invoice number. This is the passport number for my beneficiary. This is her Colombian passport number. This is her date of birth. Send all that information to the embassy in Bogota, and the website is ivbogota.something. I can't remember exactly. But send them an email, And then they will email you back after a few days with the directions. If they have your visa, if they have it, they'll tell you what to do. They'll tell you how to pay for the visa fee. They'll tell you how to schedule the interview. Okay? They'll tell you who the doctors are to schedule the medical exam. They'll tell you where to get the biometrics. Send them an email. Janielle is talking to Angel. John K. Hi, Diego from San Francisco. I can't wait to see your video on K1 visa pre-interview checklist. No, I got it. I haven't forgotten about that. Hannah Elizabeth. Hey, Diego, within how many days should the medical appointment to the day of the interview? How many days should the medical? I would say 2 weeks before the interview. Get your medical exam 2 weeks before your visa interview. LSV TV, no, MVC still have our welcome letter, which they said has been with them for about 3 months due to the workload in Liberia. Okay, so the National Visa Center won't ship your visa to Liberia until the embassy in Monrovia gets caught up. That happened at the embassy in Bogota in July. In July of 2023, the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, asked the MVC, don't ship us any visas this month. We're overloaded. So they did it. So then they resumed shipping visas in August to Bogota. For a whole month, they didn't do it. So that's the situation in Monrovia. And you said they're wasting our precious time. Yeah, Liberia is given visas and they're actively working on documents. I will email MVC. Send an inquiry to the MVC every 2 weeks and check in with the MVC. This maintains activity on your visa. Greg Lamping, the message we have from the MVC is confusing. Your case is in transit to the consulate section. Your interview date was provided to you by the National Visa Center. No, disregard that garbage coming out of the MVC. That's for a spousal visa. Okay, so the MVC is sending you an email, assuming you're in an IR1 spousal visa with a DS-260. Don't regard that. You have to schedule the interview at the embassy in Bogota. Okay, do what I said. Email the embassy with the information that I gave you, case number, invoice number, passport number of your beneficiary, her date of birth, and name, full name, and identify yourself as the petitioner, okay? Disregard that email from the MVC saying that the embassy scheduled your interview. The embassy has not scheduled your interview in Bogota. You have to do it. You have to do it. But first, you got to fill out the DS-160, okay? The MVC is giving you bad info. Listen to me. Trust me, okay? Trust me on this. You're good. You're going to get your visa interview, but you have to schedule it, okay? Email the embassy for directions. They'll send you a link on what to do. Bree Archange. Hi, Diego. I received my case number Monday, September 11th. My fiance lives in Caracas. So Bogota, yeah, if your fiance lives in Caracas, she's going to have, your fiance is going to have his visa interview in Bogota. So Bogota is the embassy. That's correct. I understand our situation is similar. When should we expect the invoice number? Well, let me see. If you got the case number and you didn't get an invoice number, you got to email the MVC and ask them for the invoice number. Send an inquiry to the MVC and say, hey, be respectful to them. Thank you very much for the case number. I appreciate you doing that. But please, I need the invoice number. They'll send it to you. But yeah, if you have a beneficiary in Curacao, then your beneficiary gets interviewed and processed in Bogota. Janelle is talking to Angel. Retro rock and roll. Hi, Diego. I sent an email to Ciudad Juarez. Okay, that's on the border of Texas and Mexico. That's the consulate in Mexico. A few days ago to get an update. The embassy told me our case is on the appointment queue. That's good. They will email me as soon as an appointment is available. There you go. Print that email. You got to print that email. That is evidence of communication with the embassy. That maintains your continuity and keeps your visa in process. Okay? Retro rock and roll. We got our welcome email letter about a month and a half ago. Okay. And Abdul Wahab Kanu, based on the NOA2 letter, if we don't have a case number within 30 days, we should contact MVC. No, you wait 90 days. Disregard that 30-day window of time, okay? After 90 days, send an inquiry to the MVC asking for your case number. Retro rock and roll. Some embassies require you to schedule your own interview, while other embassies, you're on your own. While other embassies send you an email with the date. That's correct. You're absolutely right. Some embassies schedule it for you. Not many of them. I believe Mexico is one of those. But mostly, you have to, as a K1 visa applicant, mostly you have to schedule your own visa interview. Once you get the ready status from the embassy, my recommendation is you email the embassy. Say, hey guys, thanks. I got my invoice number. I got my case number. This is my beneficiary's passport number. If you include your beneficiary's passport number in your email communication with the embassy, it makes their job so much easier to find your visa process. Also include the case number, the invoice number, and the receipt number from your NOA2 letter. So yesterday, okay, I sent an email to the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Dear, to whom it may concern, dear U.S. Consular Officer, Bogota, Colombia, thank you for all your dedication and hard work. Here is my case number. Here is my invoice number. This is Karina's passport number. And I put Venezuelan passport number, so they know she's from Venezuela. This is her invoice number, her case number, her date of birth. I'm checking in with you guys. Please let me know what I got to do next. Well, I know what I got to do next. I've been through this before, but I'm telling them in a kind way to send me the link, so it makes it easier for me to process the visa interview. Let's see. Retro rock and roll you're absolutely right. Some embassies schedule the interview, some don't. Let me see here. P. Women Zen. Hi Diego, my case status on SIAC shows ready from September 25th, 2023. When will I receive an interview letter from the embassy in the Dominican Republic? Well, they're getting pretty busy. I've got lots of folks. I've got probably like 10 people now who watch the channel who are waiting for the Dominican Republic to get a visa interview scheduled. That's a lot of people, So what I would do is email the embassy and check in with them and then print the email. That's proof of communication with the embassy, which maintains continuity of your visa. I can't give you an exact time frame because the Dominican Republic are getting real busy. They're getting busy, okay? Jennifer Rodriguez. Hi, Diego. Do I need an invoice number to schedule an interview in Bogota, Colombia? I don't think so. I don't believe you do, no. But I would get one. I would ask the National Visa Center for one, just in case. When I get the ready status from the embassy in Bogota, I'll explain to you the process that I have to go through to schedule the interview in Colombia. I'll explain it to you right here on the live stream. All right? I'll explain to you how to do it. And if I need an invoice number, I'll tell you. But I don't think so. Mohammed, hey, Diego, I heard you talking about Casablanca denying a lot of K1 visas. That's true. My fiance from Tanga in Morocco, what advice do you give? Well, my advice is to be prepared for the visa interview and be prepared to answer the questions, correctly. Casablanca, there seems to be a lot of denials coming out of there. Now, I don't know if that's because the person was in a fraud relationship, and it just so happened that Casablanca has got a bunch of fraud relationships going through the visa process. I don't know, but it seems kind of weird that a lot of people are getting denied out of Morocco. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm investigating it. So give me time, okay? Give me time to check into it. But my advice is just be honest in the visa interview. Now, I'm not saying every single K1 visa is getting denied in Morocco. There are visas getting approved also. Okay, but there seems to be quite a few getting denied recently. John K. Diego, does the FTP letter need to be printed along with the NOA2 letter for the interview? No, don't need to. No, you need the NOA2 letter though. You gotta give a copy of the NOA2 letter to your beneficiary. Retro rock and roll. Well, looky here, man. Thank you for that super chat for some Mountain Dew. You got that. Guess what? I was out of Mountain Dew. So I went to Walmart yesterday and I stocked up. Okay. So I'm good for, and that's gonna be ready for the October Mountain Dew retro rock and roll. I'll use that for the Mountain Dew for the October live streams. Okay. A salute to retro rock and roll. Thank you for the Mountain Dew super chat. And the temperature is dropping here in Florida. I woke up this morning, it's much cooler. It's much cooler. July and August were horrendously hot. I thought the shingles on the roof were going to melt. It got hot. And then my AC broke. So I had no AC. Remember I was doing the live stream? I was like in a pool of water. John K, Mountain Dew for October. Thank you for the super chat, John K. Appreciate you. So Retro Rock and Roll and John K are getting Diego ready for October. And October's Halloween, right? Isn't it Halloween in October? So thank you guys for those two super chats. I'll be good to go there. I mean, it's about $5 a case. So you got me covered there for about 12 Mountain Dews. Estefania Flores. Hi, Diego. Hope you and Karina are doing great. Always. We're doing great. Every day we're doing great. Colombian Embassy. Do you know how far are the interview dates? I think December. I think December. Beginning of December right now. Okay, Estefania. Relax. You'll get your turn. You'll be there. You'll get your appointment. But it's taking about 8 weeks for Colombia. Janiela James, Diego, I never got an FTP letter from the NVC, but I got an email through inquiry with my case number and an invoice number. Is it okay to submit that with the I-485? With the I-485, you never got a FTP letter. Don't worry about the FTP letter. Disregard that. That's just an email saying that your stuff was on a plane going to the embassy, but you guys are already together in the USA, so don't even worry about it. But you need to include the NOA2 letter in your I-485 adjustment of status paperwork. You got to include the I-94, the NOA2 letter, make a copy of the K1 visa, make a copy of the marriage license certificate and all that. Make copies of your wedding pictures. Get your beneficiary on everything, every utility, phone bill, electric bill, water bill, gas bill. Get a CVS card. Join Sam's Club. Get his name. Get a credit card in his name on your account. You got to put together a package of stuff that shows cohabitate. You living together, married as a married couple. So don't worry about the FTP letter, Janiela. You're good. You know that's just information. Twan Benson. Hello, Diego and Karina from Miami. We love our friends in Miami. We'll be in Miami soon. I think probably December or at the worst case scenario, January. When I fly to Colombia, I'll have a visa for 90 days. My visa's good for 90 days. So that gives me plenty of time to help Karina get the apartment unloaded and give away all our stuff to our friends. And we got, the cat destroyed the television, so we don't have to worry about giving the TV away. Our cat Tokyo jumped up on the TV stand and knocked the TV over, the flat screen TV, totally destroyed it. I mean, it survived an 8.3 magnitude earthquake that was when it was on the wall. So we took it off the wall in case we got another earthquake, put it on the table, on the TV stand, and the cat knocks it over. Go figure. But we can't get mad at the cat. The cat was the only one that watched TV anyway. He used to watch birds and butterflies. Karina would turn the TV on at night and he would lay on the bed on his paws watching birds. So anyway, so we'd say hi Tuan in Miami. Punet Kaur, do you know how far the Mumbai interview dates are? I say 2 months to 4 months. It's 8 to 12 weeks. They're busy in Mumbai. Estefania Flores, hope to spend Christmas with my fiance. Thank you, Diego. I'm pretty sure you'll be fine for Christmas. John K, I'm nervous about my fiance's interview November 30th. Why? Why are you nervous? How are the approvals, denials, statistics for K1 visas in Cambodia? Well, Cambodia is running at a 99% approval. Okay, I think they denied somebody because the sponsor had forgotten to give his beneficiary his tax returns, and he went into a 221 administrative hold. So he had to find his tax returns. Okay, you don't make those silly mistakes. It wasn't denied; it was put on hold. Tuan Benson, my case is ready, but no welcome letter. What should I do next? Wait for ready status. Oh, you got ready status. Okay, start processing the visa. Fill out the DS-160 or have your beneficiary fill out the DS-160. Submit it. Pay the visa fee. Schedule the visa interview. Are we talking Colombia? Tuan Benson, remind me, is your beneficiary in Colombia? ECAS. Hi, Diego. I have received K1 FTP. Okay, good. About 4 days ago, I need to know what to do next. Okay, now what's happening now is you have to wait for the visa to get to the embassy. So which country are we talking about, ECAS? What country? You got to tell me the country. You got to wait for the visa to get to the embassy in the country, wherever that is. Vietnam, that's right, in Vietnam for Tuan. No problem. What I would do, Tuan, if your visa is going to Vietnam, is stop processing the visa. Get on it. John K, don't be nervous. Cambodia, you'll be, as long as you got all your documents for your beneficiary. Get her the original I-134 pictures together, tax returns, tax transcripts, W-2s, 1099s, pay stubs, letter from the employer, bank statements. Get all that stuff. And for ECAS, what you need to do is go into U.S. travel docs, go to the country of origin, start processing the visa. If you got ready status. Ready status means they're waiting on you. Archor M. Hello, Mr. Diego. How are you going? How are you doing? Archor, my friend Archor from Algeria. We're doing good. LSV TV, I just emailed them, Diego. Good work. Print a copy of that email. How about in France? Mr. Entertainment is asking me about France. Well, the embassy's in Paris, okay? And they're processing K1 visas in Paris. No problems. No issues. Janiela James. So, Diego, when I put his name on utility bills, etc., do I make a copy of the bills and send it with the I-485? Yes. You got to make copy. You put his name on the electric bill. Make a copy of it. You put his name on the gas bill, on the water bill, on the trash pickup, on the rent. I don't know if you rent a house or you're buying a house or you pay a mortgage on a house. Put his name on the title to the car. Make a copy. Go to the tag office. Put his name on the title to your car, and or your name and or his name, so that way either one of you can sell the car if there's an issue. Okay. Get a new title. Cost you what? $20. Have them print it in the tag office. Include that in your adjustment of status paperwork. Joint ownership of the car. Put his name on the rent if you're paying rent, or on the title to the house if you have a house. Show proof of cohabitation. Anything you can think of. Sam's Club. Get him on a Sam's Club. Put his name on a Sam's Club. Get him a credit card on your bank account. The trash pickup. You make copies of the receipts of his name on those utility bills with that address, okay, which is where you live together. That you want to make that adjustment of status paperwork as strong as you possibly can, with evidence of cohabitation. Let's see here. Janiela. So Diego, when I put his name on utility bills, I read that already. Do what I just said. You'll be fine. Okay, Janiela. Zoila Molina. Hello, Diego. Can you explain to me the difference between biometric and medical? Sure. The biometric is the fingerprints and the photo. That's biometrics. It's the police check on your beneficiary. Karina will go to get her biometrics done in Bogota, Colombia. They'll take her fingerprints, take a picture, okay? And then they send the results to the embassy. The medical exam is where the doctor does a physical on the beneficiary and asks some questions. It's not intrusive. They're looking in the eyes, the mouth, the ears. It's not intrusive. They'll take blood. They'll do a basic physical. They'll ask questions about the health of the beneficiary. Then that information goes into a sealed envelope, which is then given to you, which you take to the visa interview. Okay? That's the difference between the biometrics and the medical. And then Tuan Benson's beneficiaries in Vietnam. Get started on processing that visa, Tuan. Mr. Entertainment, is it mandatory to get a letter from my employer or pay stubs enough? Okay. How badly do you want to bring your beneficiary to the United States? How badly do you want to prove that you make enough money and that you are gainfully employed? How badly do you want to, how important is this to you? Okay. Is it mandatory? Probably not. Would I do it? Yes. Get it done. Get it done. Financial documents are important. Immigration don't want to have any doubt in their mind that you cannot support your beneficiary. Okay? Get it done. John K. I'm nervous because she initially was denied a B2 visa. Don't worry about a B2 visa. They get denied. There are a dime a dozen denial every day because we have a pending K1 visa. And that was the reason she was denied. I would never even apply for a B2 tourist visa if you're in the middle of a K1 visa. Don't do it. You go see her. Okay? Get on a plane, fly to go and visit your beneficiary. I went to see Karina, 5 or 6 times over the last 3 years. I'm on a plane, back and forth, back and forth. It's so much easier for me to travel on my U.S. passport than it is for Karina to get a B2 visa from the embassy in Bogota and come here on a tourist visa with a Venezuelan passport. It's just don't waste your time. But it's not going to affect the K1 visa. Being denied for a B2 visa is no big deal. It's no big deal. Tuan Benson, thank you. No problem, Tuan. Archer and Mr. Diego, could you please talk about what happens at the airport when the beneficiary flies to the USA? Tuan, Archer, I made a video on exactly what happens. I made a video. Port of entry into the United States. I think that's what it's called. If you look through the videos, I made like 600 videos, but if you look through the videos, I made it for you. Watch the video, port of entry into the United States, and it explains everything about what happens when you arrive in the USA. But I can talk about it. The most important thing is, okay, when you enter the United States, I recommend this. You got to go and pick up your beneficiary and bring him or her to the United States. Don't let her travel by herself. Go get her or him, right? Hold her hand, hold his hand, because you, Mr. American citizen, Miss American citizen, when you go through immigration, you're going to go through the U.S. citizenship line. There's going to be 2 signs. Green card holder this way, U.S. citizens this way. If you are in a K1 visa process, you're going through K1. You now have that K1 in your passport. Go get your beneficiary, bring her to the United States, and bring her through U.S. immigration, U.S. citizenship line. Bring her through the U.S. citizenship line. The process is so much easier. if you accompany your beneficiary to the United States. Okay, Archer, that's the best advice I can give you. But watch the video. Let's see. Seven Angels. Diego, what's up, brother? Seven Angels, what's going on? Let's see. And Seven Angels, we got our ready status. Good. Great news. High five. That's good. And LSV TV, what is the tax transcripts I need for my fiance? Get your call the IRS and ask for tax transcripts. 2020, 2021, and 2022. Get 3 years worth of tax transcripts. There's an 800 number you can call, and I'll look it up for you, and I'll give you the 800 number, okay? So go get a pen, and I'll give you the number you can call for tax transcripts. But first, get a pen. When you have a pen, tell me you got a pen, and then I'll give you the number. Zoila Molina, thank you so much, Diego. No worries. Artur in Algeria, we just take the fingerprints, no pics. Okay. They asked the beneficiary to bring 2 pictures. Sounds fair to me when he comes to do the interview. Piece of cake, right? Very easy. Mr. Entertainment, because I have a lot of proof of financial help when I was sending to him for 2 years. Okay. ECAS, again, I need to know what is exactly mean by the ready status. Is it the K1 FTP? Okay, the K1 FTP means that your visa went in an airplane and is flying to the embassy. It's in a plane. It's flying somewhere. Ready status means the embassy have it and they're waiting on you to process the visa. They're waiting on you. Okay, you got it? John K., your knowledge is vast and invaluable. I appreciate you, sir. John K., no problem. I went through the school of hard knocks, okay? I've been through 2 K1 visas, a K2 visa, an IL1, and a CL1 spousal visa. That's a lot of visas, but it was 2 people. Okay, so I've been through this process twice, technically 3 times. And if you include the K2, 4 times. So I have 8 years of experience. I'm not an immigration attorney, okay? I'm not. I don't give you any legal advice. None, zero, nada. I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for the State Department. I don't work for the FBI. I don't work for the CIA. But I know how to do a K1 visa like the back of my hand. I can write the book on K1 visas. So I was in Colombia with Karina, and Karina said, hey, I'm in Colombia for what, 10 months, 11 months. I was living with her, almost a year. So I wasn't working. And Karina said, well, instead of not doing anything, put together a YouTube channel. Do something that you know how to do. I said, well, I know how to process K1 visas. She said, okay, well, maybe create a channel to help people with K1 visas. So that's what I did. So I put the channel together for you. This is your channel for you guys. All right. You want videos? Let me know. The gentleman wants a video on what the checklist is for the embassy. I've made a video about that in the past, but I'll make another one. A person wanted a video about processing after the K1 visa in the Philippines for the person that has to go to a class. I can do a video on that. So, when I give you information, it's real. Why is it real? Because I've experienced it once, probably in the past. So, ECAS, ready status means the embassy's waiting on you, and the K1 FTP means that the embassy has shipped your visa to the foreign country, and they have now washed their hands of you. Now your fiance's life is in the hands of the embassy. John Labatt, Diego, and Karina, hola to everybody. Hello, ayer en la noche. Last night, we checked our status. It says ready. So we can now go to SIAC and start with the fees and the DS-160. That's good. You're right. That's exactly right. Vlog is talking to LSV TV. Susie Galdamez. Hello, Diego. What's going on, Susie? How is Susie? And that's exactly what I'm doing. What are you doing, Susie? Tell me. Dimmy. And let's see. Angel Tate's talking to Janiela. And Vlog is talking to LSV TV. Archer, I got my visa on my passport. What do you mean? Thank you, Mr. Diego. Oh, so you have your K1 visa already. Thank you, Diego. You've been such a great help. I did everything you said. You followed my advice. Okay, Archer in Algeria. So you followed the videos, you watched the videos, you came on the live stream, you followed my advice, you did what I had suggested that to do, and now you have successfully completed the process, and you've been with us for a long time now. And now you have your K1 visa and your passport in Algeria. I give Archer a salute and a success story to Archer. Congratulations. And I saved you how much money, Archer? How much money did I save you in immigration attorney fees? $4,000? Pretty good deal, right? And I'm having fun doing it. Let's see. Good job, Archer. Susie is congratulating Archer. Kay, hey Diego, what's going on, Kay? And Janiela and then Archer, everybody's congratulating Archer. Kay, we got ready status, but we haven't received any package from the embassy. Okay, send an email to the embassy. Send them an email. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is my case number. This is my invoice number. This is my receipt number from my NOA2 letter. This is my passport number. This is my name, full name. This is my date of birth. This is my petitioner's full name. Check in with the embassy and ask for help. They'll email you directions. Boom. It's not hard, guys. Archer M, the interview was so easy. Just listen to Mr. Diego and do what he says. Archer, that's good advice right there. That's good advice right there. I wish I could send you a super chat. Archer, hang in there. And Licia baby Barbara is congratulating Archer. Susie Galdamez going to Nigeria to pick up my fiance and travel together to Virginia. Susie Galdamez, that is very good. I know it costs money for plane tickets, okay? But if you accompany your beneficiary to the United States, immigration, the Border Patrol will see you with your beneficiary, and it will make it will make the interview at the airport go through so much quicker. You'll be done in about 10 minutes, and boom, you're done. And it takes all the stress off your beneficiary, okay? So he or she doesn't stress it out going through immigration by his or herself with the Border Patrol. You know, the Border Patrol officer will see the American citizen and he won't be so hard on the beneficiary. He'll be more calm and relaxed. Archer, thank you guys. Vlog, yeah, that's a very nice idea that you made a YouTube channel to help people know about the K1 visa. Yeah, it keeps, you know, I found out there's lots of people don't know what to do. They get confused, they get lost and confused, and they get stressed out because they don't know they're in a maze and they don't know which way to turn. So I'm trying to make it easy for you guys so you can understand the process and get through the process without having to pay somebody. Okay. Plus, you know, it's I'm giving back something. I appreciate this country, the United States of America. I love my country. I appreciate what this country has enabled me to do. Okay. And now this is a way for me to give back something to help other people. Mark O'Neill. Hi, Diego. Is there a way to sign on to consular website to file forms without invoice? This gives case number, but no welcome letter. Which country? You got to go into the SEAC account, go into US Travel Docs, and then ask for the invoice number, right? But if you have a ready status, email the embassy, and they will send you a link on what to do for directions. They'll send you what's known as a packet 4, and then that may be a way to bypass the SEAC account if you don't have an invoice number, or send an inquiry to the National Visa Center and ask for the invoice number. Okay, but I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to go through the consular website, which is the SEAC. And if you don't have an invoice number, go ahead and send an inquiry to the National Visa Center. See if you can get one. Plus, email the embassy if you got ready status. Archer M, guys, don't be nervous. Just follow Mr. Diego's advice. Archer, you good? You did what I asked you to do, and you successfully made it through. JD, hello Diego, how are you? I'm good. Flying finally to the USA, okay, via South Korea. Okay, so you're going to fly to South Korea first. Just landed in South Korea. So you just landed in South Korea, waiting for your connecting flight to the United States. Thanks for your super amazing videos and live streams. You're welcome, JD. And then eat some South Korean food. Go eat, in the airport. Go find some good South Korean food. John Labatt, Diego, Geraldine, and myself cannot believe it's just a week from MVC to Manila and into the US. Only 1 week. Is it real? Yeah, it's real. You got this. Kay, should I pay for the interview and schedule it, or wait and email the embassy to reply to the email? Kay, first thing you got to do is submit the DS-160. Once you get your ready status, when the embassy's ready for you, submit the DS-160. Then pay the visa fee. Okay? But email the embassy and ask them for directions. They'll tell you what to do. And Tashlin's World is telling Archer, my interview is November 21st in Jamaica. I fly over Jamaica from Houston. When I fly from Houston to Colombia, sometimes I'll fly from Pensacola to Houston to Panama. During COVID, I had to figure out a way to get around all the restrictions, because it's just the insanity of the COVID restrictions. Just my opinion. I'm sure they were in place for a reason, but I didn't agree with them. But that's just my opinion. So I would fly from Pensacola to Houston, Houston to Panama, Panama to Bogota. And I fly over Jamaica. Mark O'Neill, USA. GS, hey Diego, sorry to say I've decided to go down the consular processing route. It suits us better. I'm good with visiting and marrying in the USA after 75 days, but before 90 on my UK ESTA wait in the UK. So you're going to fly to the United States. You're going to get married on your tourist visa. Then you're going to fly back to England and then process a spousal visa. Now that's a way to do it. But number one, I don't recommend getting married on a tourist visa. That's a red flag for immigration. But if you return back to England, okay, you'll overcome that. But a spousal visa is a pain in the. It's like having a wisdom tooth pulled. Okay, a spousal visa is like having 2 wisdom teeth pulled. You got to go through MVC processing. The slightest error at MVC processing can add 6 months to your wait for your visa. But that's up to you. I don't recommend a spousal visa at all. I've been through it. It took 18 months. A process that should have taken 10 months. Okay? I submitted documents to the MVC. I put passports together. I commingled my passport, her passport. I uploaded them. Couldn't do that. You got to upload passports separately. That added 3 months to the wait time. Then I submitted a birth certificate. It was off just a little bit. They couldn't quite see the certificate or whatever it is. We can't see the birth certificate. I had to resubmit it to the MVC. 3 more months passed by. I couldn't. It's a nightmare. You're going to wait in the UKGS while waiting for a CR1. Okay, you can do that. It's no problem. Archer M, like the live stream guys, let's appreciate Mr. Diego for what he do for us. No problem, Archer. I'm here for you guys. If it's a K1 or a spousal visa, whatever way you go, I'm going to help you. Okay, I'm going to help you. Whatever you want to do. But I recommend the K1 visa. It's so much quicker. It's so much easier. It's no headaches. The K1 visa process. You fill out the paperwork. You send it to Dallas. They send it to California. They send it to the MVC. They assign a case number. They ship it to the embassy. You get an invoice number. You get your visa. That's a K1. Let's talk about CR1 visa. It goes to Texas. It goes to California. It goes to the MVC. Then it sits at the MVC for an eternity because you got to get documentarily qualified. You got to qualify for the embassy interview. You got to qualify for it at the MVC. So the sponsor has to upload tax returns, birth certificates, police certificates, financial documents, pay stubs. It's like walking over a fiery hot stove. It's like touching a hot stove every 5 minutes. Oh, that's a CR1. K1 visa, you just kick back and relax. Mark O'Neill, I sent an inquiry but no reply. Okay, wait a few days, send another one. Denise Jefferson, Susie, does your trip to Virginia mean that your beneficiary got his visa? Good question. If so, how long did it take to get an appointment from NOA2? So excited for you guys. That's good because Denise has her beneficiaries in Nigeria also. Mark O'Neill, just to see if the MVC replied. And then everybody's congratulating everybody. Archer, good job, Archer. And thanks for watching the videos. I'm glad that you found the channel so you could get your visa. Okay. Susie Gaudames, right now we're checking to schedule the interview in Nigeria. So I will let you know, talking to Denise. It will take us. And Archer, Mr. Diego, I have a question. Okay. How do I know my alien number in the visa stamp? Because I couldn't receive my NOA2. Well, the alien number is on the NOA2 letter. Okay, you got to have your NOA2 letter to get the alien number. So, and you got to include the NOA2 letter when you apply for your green card. So I would be wait till you get to America, get on a plane, get here, and then email USCIS and ask them for a copy of your NOA2 letter, and then you'll have your alien number. Whoop slap, Diego, did you know that the K3, do you know the K3 visa? Yeah, they don't hardly exist anymore. Unless you come to America while waiting for the spousal visa to finish. Their K3 visas are obsolete. They're like dinosaurs. They don't process them hardly at all. GS, the CR1 process takes pressure off marriage timing because it's done. Okay. Also, while in the UK, I can dissolve properties. Okay. Create joint accounts as a wife. That's true, but you don't have a social security number. It's about ease of joint accounts. Okay, it is just as easy to create a joint account in the United States on a K1 visa. You just got to wait for your social security number, which takes not very long if you go to the social security office and apply for it with the I-94, the marriage certificate, and the K1 visa. It's just as it's quicker. K1 visa is much quicker. But GS says, I truly appreciate the K1 advice. Now you're good. Do whatever's best for you. Okay. Denise Jefferson, Susie is talking to Susie. I heard that it is hard to get an appointment in Nigeria. Is it true or false that you can only go in to check for an appointment 3 times a day? That's a good question. Whoop slap. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, the K3 visa is like a dinosaur. It's obsolete. I was just reading about it. Okay. I don't know. You have a small window to turn in the I-29F to work it, makes it invalid. That's right. The K3, don't even look. The K3 is going away. It's a dinosaur. John Labatt, Archer, congratulations from us, John and Geraldine in Cebu. There you go. Archer M, K1 is the best way, 100%. Archer M, you are correct. The K1 is so much easier. Whoop slap. Hey, John, our interview is the 3rd Manila. Okay, very good. So we're going to give a salute to Archer M on her K1 visa in her passport, right? In your passport, right, Archer? And this is Diet Mountain Dew, by the way. I don't drink that stuff that's full of sugar. Because if I did, I would be awake all night. I wouldn't sleep. Let's see. So Whoop Slap is doing good. Susie Goldemez, I will find out and let you know. So Susie is going to help Denise with her visa time frame for Nigeria. That's good. Our choice. Thank you, John and Geraldine. Can't wait to hear that you guys get together in the USA. Everybody, you're watching the channel. Okay, this is the positive channel. Negativity, I don't like negativity. You know, I don't like that because you're all going to get your K1 visa. Negativity means that immigration has got under your skin. They got in your head. They're renting space in your head for free, and they're stressing you out. It shouldn't be that way. Okay? You stress out because you don't know the process, or you're not sure, or you're nervous about it. Don't be. You're going to be fine. You're going to get your visas. And R2M, the only true advice channel. Yeah, I'll tell you the answer to the question. If you don't like the answer, okay, well, I'm sorry. But there's no fluffy coating here. This isn't the sugar coat. There's no sugar coat. Okay? If you have a question, I'm going to give you the answer. Exactly correct. Okay? John K. Hey, Diego, tax-wise, are 3 years worth of W-2 sufficient? Yeah. Give your beneficiary 3 years worth of W-2s, 10-9s, 1099s, tax transcripts, 1040s, okay? 1 year worth of bank statements, 6 months worth of pay stubs, and a letter from your boss telling immigration where you live, where you work, and how much you make. Okay. GS, isn't it true though, Diego, that CR1 knocks out the second stage, so it's green card immediately when they approve? That's correct. That's exactly right. But the time, it's no quicker. It's not a quicker process. You got to get documentarily qualified at the National Visa Center with a marriage visa. You got to get through the National Visa Center, and they are sticklers for accuracy. So your sponsor, make sure if you go through the CR1 visa route that he doesn't mess up when he uploads the documents to the National Visa Center. It's got to be perfect, exactly perfect. Let's see. John Labatt, whoops, congratulations. Also, we are very happy for you and everyone in the process. Thank you, Geraldine is so excited. It's good news, guys. Denise Jefferson, Diego, when you do a surprise live stream, I am subscribed, but do not get notified. Is there something that I need to do on my end? No, you should be notified. I don't know, maybe you got to click on a bell or something. Here's the deal, guys. I never ask you to subscribe to the channel. Never one time do I ask you. This is your YouTube channel, right? It's not mine, it's yours. All I did was put it together technically. So if you are subscribed to the channel, that's great. It helps you guys find the videos much easier. But there's like a little bell thing you got to click on to get notified when I go live. Okay? There's whatever it is, you got to click on subscription, you got to click on a bell. Whatever that is. But I never ask you to do that. If you click on that bell, okay, then you get notified when I go live, I think. GS, thank you. No worries, GS. You're good. You got business things you got to take care of in England, right? So go ahead and take care of them. Do it your way, okay? Either way, you're going to get to the USA, but it may be longer. It may take longer for you. Vlog, sir, until now we were waiting about when the USCIS approve us from the Philippines. Okay. So what's your question? Archer, I took every paper I could, and the immigration officer only took a few. There you go. But be prepared. Better to bring it and they don't ask for it, right? It's better to bring it to the interview and they don't ask you for it than not to bring it. And then Murphy's Law kicks in and they ask you for the document. Oh, by the way, I need your 2020 tax return. I only have my 2022. Don't fall into that trap. Bring everything. And if you don't need it, don't worry about it. Leave it in your bag. Don't bring it out. Only give the immigration officer what they ask for. But R2M, you did good on bringing everything. Good job. Whoop slap. Thanks, John. Judith is so happy to help everyone in the process. That's good. History Blitz. Diego, who is your favorite actor? History Blitz. You asked me what was my favorite movie yesterday. And my favorite movie was Lionheart and the Sound of Music. Lionheart and the Sound of Music. But I also kind of like Under Siege. Also, now you're asking me who is my favorite actor? Let me think here. Who is my favorite actor? Well, let's see. I would say Jean-Claude Van Damme is one of my favorite actors. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I like him. He's a good actor in my opinion. Tashalin's World. To Artur. They're talking back and forth. Mark O'Neill, appreciate your effort. It's no problem for me to do this channel for you guys. It's no problem. New file. Hi, Diego. I already did my DS160, but my password will expire in 7 months. 7 months? What do you... And I am moving out to a new home address. My question is, can I redo the DS160 to update my information? Okay. New file. Are you in ready status? Why did you fill out a DS160? Are you at ready status? Did the embassy tell you to do that? How far are you along in the visa process? I don't know. Retro rock and roll. Can you send a U.S. Navy salute? Yeah, I can do that. A U.S. Navy salute right there. I spent 20 years in the U.S. Navy. I traveled the world for free. I got paid to travel the world. So not only do I have a lot of knowledge about the K-1 visa process, I also have a lot of knowledge about the world because most of the places I talk about, I've been there. You guys, where you are right now, where you live, there's a good possibility I've been there. But I haven't been to the Philippines. I've got to go visit the Philippines. James Wright, federal government shuts down. Do the embassy stop K-1 interviews? No. Who funds K-1 interviews? Who funds the K-1 process? We do. We pay our visa fees, right? You got 60,000 people, a month, apply for a K-1 visa. 60,000 people write a check for $535. So what's 60,000 times $535? That's millions of dollars. That money goes to USCIS, it goes to the NVC, it goes to the embassies to process K-1 visas, right? Who pays for the K-1 visa interview? Who pays? We do. You fill out the DS-160, you submit it, then you pay a visa fee, $265, I believe, per person. So guess what? The embassies are funded for K-1 visas, but they're not funded for other things, okay? You know, like for work permits, work visas. People want to come to the USA and work here for 2 years or whatever. Those are the things that might slow down. But I don't think, if the government shuts down, okay, that's because our Congress is being led by somebody who has no leadership ability. Just my opinion, okay? There is no reason why the government should be shutting down. Back in the summer of 2023, the budget for the United States to function in 2024 should already have been put together. It should already be done. It should be just a matter of voting on it and sending it to the president for signature through the Senate after getting ratified through the Senate. But we have no leadership in the Congress right now, okay? Now, there's a few congressmen who are doing a fantastic job, like Congressman Matt Gaetz, and he's doing a fantastic job leading right now. He has basically filled the shoes of the current leader of the Speaker of the House. He's a de facto leader, and he's trying to get this done, okay? I don't think the government's going to shut down, honestly. I think we're going to get through this. But if it does, don't worry, guys. It doesn't affect us. Let's see. GS, I just need to work. Put how to apply for a marriage visitor visa before fly out to U.S. so that the Border Patrol don't think I'm committing visa fraud. Only ESTA. Yeah, I know what an ESTA is. You can do it that way. Yeah, you don't want to create a red flag, okay? You don't want to create a red flag. So you got to buy a return trip ticket back to England. You got to buy a return ticket, okay? Retro Rock and Roll, thank you for your service. You're welcome. 20 years in the Navy, traveled the world, got paid to travel the world, and made lots of friends all over the world. I learned how to speak Filipino, Tagalog. I learned how to speak Italian. I learned how to speak Russian. I haven't been to Russia, but I learned it a little bit. I've probably forgotten it now, but back in the day. And I've been to Egypt four times. I've been to Greece three or four times. I've been to Ibiza, Spain. I've been to Cartagena, Spain. I've been to Sardinia, Corfu, Italy. I've been to Rome. I've been to England. I've been to France, Holland, Belgium, the Netherlands a couple of times. Anyway, Newfowl, yes, I am at the ready status. Okay, Newfowl, you need to start processing your K1 visa. Get it started. Archel M, I know you didn't ask, but my favorite movie is Lord of the Rings. Okay, very good. And my favorite actor is Denzel Washington. Now, Denzel Washington's a good actor. And in fact, I have his autograph somewhere in the house. He signed an autograph to me 20 years ago. And I have it somewhere. Newfowl, been ready status since May. May to June. Oh, wow, what's going on? Which country, Newfowl? May, ready status from the embassy? So the embassy's that busy? May to June, July, 4 months? Which country is that? Retro Rock and Roll, what has been your favorite country? My favorite country. You mean, let me think here. My favorite country, obviously, is the United States of America. This is my favorite country. This is where I live. This is my home. But my second favorite country, I would say, let's say I like Greece. I went to Corfu, Greece. Corfu, Greece would be on that list of second favorites. Palaiochastritsa Beach. I went to Palaiochastritsa Beach and went parasailing there. Another country would be a favorite would be Egypt. I went to the pyramids. Fantastic. That was a fantastic experience. Egypt, the people were so wonderful. I stayed at the Siag Pyramids Hotel. I went to Giza, and then I stayed at the Siag Pyramids Hotel. And out from the window, I was up about 20 stories. I could see a swimming pool. There was a swimming pool in the hotel. So I went. There was a bunch of women swimming in the pool. There's about 10 or 15 women in the pool. And we're all wearing the same kind of uniform thing. Their bikinis were all the same. So I said, I got to check that out. So I went down to the pool in Giza in Egypt, and it was the Russian swim team, the Russian Olympics swim team. So I got to speak Russian, and I got to hang out with a bunch of Russian girls who were training for the Olympics in Egypt. I mean, who does that? So I would say Greece, Egypt, and England also would be on my list of favorite countries, but the weather sucks. I can't stand the weather. Okay? But I love fish and chips. I love Jaffa cakes. I love the people of England. They're fantastic. They're so kind. They're such good-hearted people. And Colombia, obviously. So Newfowl, Casablanca consulate is very busy. Yes, indeed, they are very busy in Casablanca. I know that for a fact. BYE, hi Diego, how are you? Doing great. Who receives the embassy date? The petitioner or the beneficiary? The petitioner does. I know they send Gmail, but I don't know who receives that. Thank you, Diego. It goes to the petitioner. Okay, I get the email from the embassy. It's up to the sponsor to take charge of the visa process once it gets to the embassy. So I'm taking charge of Karina's visa process by being proactive. I emailed the embassy in Bogota and said, hey, What's the status, guys? Have you, you know, that's how it works. GS, good night from London. Okay, GS, a pint waits for you with a box of Jaffa cakes. Now, I don't drink alcohol, GS. I don't drink alcohol, but I love bitter shandy. Technically, I don't think that's alcoholic. It's not. It's not. I don't think there's any alcohol in a shandy, but a bitter shandy, a half pint bitter shandy, with a ploughman's lunch or a plate of fish and chips is muy rico para mí. It's number one. It's good. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to go make some dinner. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to make something to eat. Okay. Thanks for stopping by for the super chat surprise. Thanks for those super chats, guys. I appreciate you. And I'll be back tomorrow. What day is it? No, Saturday. I'll be back Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 8 p.m. Miami time. Okay? Thanks for stopping in, guys. And I hope you learned some new things today. I hope you got more education on this K1 visa process. And GS, go get some rest, okay? And we'll talk to you later.